the whole bad knee thing, right? So, for those of you who don't know me, I actually had surgery on my left knee in 2005 for my MCL, ACL, meniscus, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I always tell people that's my bionic knee, my left knee, because I had so much stuff done to it. When I went to go see the doctor, they said I wasn't technically supposed to be able to walk because of all the things that were going on the inside of my knee. But the only way that I was able to walk and able to function at the high level that I was functioning was because I had developed the muscle around the knee so that it took off the pressure of what the knee was going through. Because you can only imagine how much pressure your knees go through with all the weight that we have on our bodies, because it's literally holding up all the weight of our body. And then we put extra pressure on it when we're walking, when we're working out and all those other things. So the one thing that I want to share with you is that we have to get the muscle around the knee developed. That way we could take a lot more pressure off the knee, because once we start losing weight, then that pressure is going to be relieved automatically. Trust me. And it feels so amazing once you lose about 10-15 pounds and you're able to have a little bit more agility. Those knees, they get right back into shape. So one of the things is a partial squat. So the most important thing about knee problems is having good form. If your knees go over your toes, that's bad form. And that's for any workout. So what I had to learn to do, and it's really hard at first, it's not an easy task, is to sit my butt down when I'm doing squats. And it sounds silly, I know, but imagine how you sit in a chair. You don't lean forward and put your knees over your toes, hopefully, because if you're doing that, then that's part of the reason why your knees are bad. But actually sitting back and sitting down, because when you sit down, you force your knees to go backward and they don't go over your toes, right? So partial squats really help a lot because it develops the quad, which is that top muscle, and the hamstring and the glutes, which all take pressure off of the knee. Another thing is a step up with good form. Good form meaning that you keep the knee at a 90-degree angle and that you literally put the weight in the heel of your foot and not the front of your foot, so that you can make all those muscles work together and go upward. That's a really good exercise to start off with so that you can get that development going. And then also calf raises. People do not understand how important calf raises are. They are so important. They're just as important as a squat, in my opinion, because the calf literally takes all the shit that your knees can't handle. So if you're giving your calves grief, then it's gonna inadvertently mess with your knees all day, every day. So make sure that you're doing calf raises. The calf raises that I was doing at the beginning of my workouts, or in the beginning of my workout journey, was literally my body weight and just going on my toes and then coming back down and doing it from different angles. Again, all this will be on the YouTube channel, so make sure that you subscribe there. Alright, so those are a couple of things. The partial squat, the step up with good form, and the calf raise. Those are just a few workouts to help develop the muscle around the knee. Just make sure that you always use good form and have good judgment, you guys. Because if your knees start hurting, it's a sign. It's either you're doing bad form or there's something more going on in there and you need to see a physician. So never, ever ignore your knees, okay? They're really important. And they basically are the key to your overall fitness success. Because without your knees, what can you do? I mean, it's really hard to work out when you have two swollen knees, or when you're sitting there like, yo, I don't know what's the matter, right? So keep that in mind. Okay, so moving on. Oh wow, we are moving right along in this show. So check it out, you guys. If you do not know what you're listening to right now, you are now tuned in to the Daily Fitness Show with Dominique Jay. Thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure that you follow us on Twitter at Daily Fit Show. And one love to Spreaker.com for this amazing app. Make sure that you subscribe there as well. That way you can stay up to date on what's happening with the show. And we're going to start having giveaways very, very soon. So you do not want to miss out on that. So make sure that you subscribe to our Spreaker.com page. That way you can stay abreast of what's happening there and be notified when we have awesome stuff going on. What I wanted to talk to you about just really, really quickly is the myth about eating late. So, as some of you know and some of you may not, there's this big ordeal about eating late, right? Don't eat after 8 is like the rule of thumb that people normally go by when trying to lose weight. Okay, so wanted to talk about it because it's not all the way true. It's a partial truth. So, the whole eating late at night stems from the idea that the body will automatically turn everything that you eat after a certain time into fat. And that is not the case, right? The second part of that is the metabolism slows down at 8 o'clock, right? Not so true. So, the best way that it was explained to me was that the time of day you fill up your car with gas isn't going to impact how far you go on that tank. So, eating late will not necessarily make you gain weight in that you're putting in fuel later on, especially if you're eating something healthy. Now, if you're eating a meal from McDonald's and some ice cream and, just eating the junk, of course, because no matter what time of day you eat it, it's going to do the same thing. The only thing that I say about eating late is really look at why you're eating late, because it may be associated with something else and not necessarily that you're hungry. I've learned more times than not, when you feel hungry, it might be dehydration and that you need water. So drink water first and see if that cures it, if it rectifies it. If not, then try to eat something light. Light meaning fruit, a vegetable of some sort. Nothing too heavy that's gonna cause you to feel like you're going into insulin shock. So, eating late isn't necessarily the devil, but just keep in mind that your metabolism needs fuel to burn constantly. So you want to make sure that you're constantly putting fuel into your body, number one, because it suppresses appetite when you eat more often. And number two, you develop good habits of eating the right things because you're going to be eating more often. So, keep those things in mind. An apple a day keeps the doctor away is what the saying used to be, right? Alright, moving on. Alright, so check this out. I just recently started using the sauna, right? And I used to live in Arizona, so I never really felt compelled to use the sauna because I lived in nature's sauna. It was hot as crap. I mean, like 120 degrees in the summertime. Who wants to be in a sauna at any point in their life if it's 120 degrees outside, right? So what I did was a little bit of research on using the sauna because I thought it was interesting that people use this as a way to lose weight and, just all the different things that I've heard people say about the sauna, right? So I looked up some stuff about the sauna, and of course, the first thing that you see online, the first article is like how something can kill you, right? Like the sauna is just this evil thing. But it did bring up a really good point in even the most critical articles, was that the body is supposed to stay at about 98 degrees Fahrenheit. So when you increase it to 100 and something consistently, it's going to have your body break down in certain ways because it's reacting to being at these higher levels of heat, right? Your body starts thinking like it has a fever and it's going to try to start fighting crap that's not even there, right? But the one thing that I saw that was like, hey, that's not going to be too harmful, was that you're not supposed to sit in the sauna for more than like 10 minutes. I've been sitting in there for 10 minutes exactly. I mean, I set my alarm, that's it. We in there. 10 minutes. Done. Because I don't want to be in there for any longer than that. It's just god-awful. So, one article that I was reading was saying that 10 minutes is all you need to really get the full effect of the sauna. And I'm like, cool, I'm on the right path. Another article said something about not using the sauna to lose weight. So I want to kind of talk about that because I've heard a lot of people talk about losing weight in the sauna. So it's not really a reality that you can lose weight strictly through sweating. I mean, you're going to lose water for sure, but our bodies need water. I heard one time that we're made up of about 80% of water. I think it's closer to 60, but you get the point. We have a lot of water in our bodies. So when we get rid of the water through sweating, we have to replace that water. So essentially, the sauna will not be your saving grace in losing weight. It just won't. And that's okay. The great thing about the sauna is it helps get rid of some of that water weight that we can't get rid of when we're working out and stuff. Gets all these toxins out of the pores. And I tell you what, honey, my skin looks great because of using the sauna this week. It's been amazing because I have not been able to sweat like that during a workout. So this sweat is like the heavy duty sweat, right? Where my body's like working hard for that 10 minutes. So I'm going to keep using the sauna because I didn't find enough things that said that the sauna was terrible. So 10 minutes max. I'm not going to go crazy with it and try to like torture myself and sitting there for an hour or nothing crazy like that. Hell, if I want to get that type of sweat on, I'm just going to go back to Arizona in the summertime and sit my butt outside in the shade and just sweat because it's essentially the same thing, right? But let me know how you feel about the sauna. I'm really interested in knowing how you feel about it. Do you use it? Do you like it? What are your thoughts on the sauna? Hit me up on Twitter at Daily Fit Show and let's talk about it because, you know, everybody has their own perspective and their own belief on what's good for them and what's not. I personally love it, so let me know. Well, you guys, it is basically the end of the show. Oh my gosh. So today's show was covering the leg day workout for today, your Wednesday workout boost, which was the drop squat, jumping jacks, and mountain climbers. We talked about eating late, and we also talked about bad knees being the struggle. To sauna or not to sauna, that is the real question. So make sure that if you have any questions or if you want to put your 2 cents in, that you go ahead and give us a shout on Twitter or even go on Facebook because you have more characters to play with, right? Thank you so much for tuning in to the Daily Fitness Show with Dominique Jay. I am your host, Dominique Jay. Thank you so much again. Until next time, stay fit, stay health active, stay awesome, stay productive, and we'll see you tomorrow for our Thursday version of the Daily Fit Show, where we're going to be talking about cashews curing your sadness. You don't want to miss out. We'll see you then. Talk to you later. Bye.